Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hope TV. What a privilege, and we're honored that you've tuned in today. And man, thank you. Thank you for being a part. You've tuned in to get a daily dose of hope, and I'm E. Dewey Smith. I am the chief hope dealer here at the Hope TV, and it's so excited you tuned in. So everybody who's watching today, whether it be Apple TV, Roku, Twitch, Amazon, Fire TV, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram Live, edewithsmith.org, hohatl.org, or thehopetv.com. Thank you for tuning in. It's a privilege and a blessing to have you here with us. We started Hope TV March of 2020, and I was in front of this computer all the time, and under the boys be like, "Will you
used
please?"
to be in front of it all the time.
Well, okay. Well, anyway, we first got started. It's gotten better now. Yeah, but she's right. But I mean, and we had no idea 14 months ago. Nobody thought we'd be still doing this 14 months later. But by the grace of God, people all over the world have said Hope TV has helped them get through the pandemic. I hear it all the time. People just really watch it every day. We have 32 programs now we're offering. So if you want to watch what's happening every day, just go to thehopetv.com and you can watch it live right there through and see all of our programming. So thank y'all for being a part. How you feel about how we been going strong with this whole piece? How you feel about it?
Well, I think it's been a blessing to us, just like it has been to others.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun asking
Right.
questions and hearing people talk and tell their experiences and just get a chance to get insight and get wisdom from people about life, about relationships. Whether you're married, single, whether you're divorced, getting divorced, just about trying to be healthy and trying to and
Enjoy
have peace.
life.
Yeah, so it's been helpful. It's been very positive, and we're grateful to you. So listen, if you're watching today through a platform that will allow you to subscribe, to like, to comment, or to share, won't you take that moment and do it now? Listen, when you subscribe, you can get notifications. Every time new content is uploaded, you can get it. You come right to your phone, you can see, you can log right in and watch it because some good stuff for married couples, singles, men, women, older people, younger people, children, comedy, mental health, business owners. Every day you can work out with us from Monday through Saturdays at 8:30. We got trainers that work out, so all kinds of programs. So subscribe, you can get notifications. And then when you like and comment, that's very, very helpful. Thanks to everybody who sent us comments last week and questions last week and hit that like button. It helps us with our algorithms and our social media engagements. So thank you. Please hit it, hit it, hit it. That helps us to spread for our advertisers. And then last but not least, please share that link. If you're watching on Facebook, you can have a watch party, share the link with somebody. If you're watching through, you can send the website link. You can send the YouTube link. Share that link because it helps us to grow it. And today's gonna be fun. Last week we had a wonderful time. We had a great couple that we love and respect, and they blessed us with part one. If you missed part one last week, you need to go back and watch everything last week because it's very insightful, very helpful. We want to welcome back to Marriage Matters to this show, Pastor Don and Lonnie Burse. What's going on, fam? Welcome,
Hello.
welcome back.
Hey,
Hi.
How y'all doing? How's Las Vegas?
Fine. Doing good.
Wendy.
Yeah, it's windy, but it's beautiful outside.
I hope we get a chance to come out there. I love, that's one of my favorite places. So
I know.
get a chance to come and enjoy.
We want you to come, Pastor.
Yeah, that's amazing. I look forward to it. Yeah, you want to start? You want to get started?
Sure. So when we ended last week, we were talking about the children, and you thought that you having 4 children would be a hindrance to you, finding someone else after your husband passed. So I want to talk about first of all, how old were the children when you guys started dating? How old were they?
Okay, let me see. I think Ahmad was 6, 7. I think Ahmad was 7.
Just work your way backwards.
7. I think Lamel was about 8. The girls were in high school. I don't quite remember quite their their age, but they were in high school. And I was really leery in bringing someone in besides their father. And again, I was raised with a stepfather, so, and he was not the best stepfather. So I was kind of a little leery about stepfathers. And I didn't let, I don't think Pastor Don, I don't think you met the kids for what?
A long time.
Yeah, it was a while, it was some months. And I talked to the girls about him, and because they knew that I was laughing all the time, talking on the phone, and like, wow, Mom, you all happy and glowing, and and so, and finally we sat and I said, I would like you guys to meet Pastor Don. And they was like, okay. And so we set a dinner date
Mm-hmm.
that we can all, and it was we just went to, like, was it Chili's?
Mm-hmm.
It was Chili's. So that Don can meet the kids. So when he came, we all met, he met us there. When he walked in, Milan noticed him. Oh, you're the one at my dad's funeral. I'm like, uh-oh. That was funny.
Cut the music.
They cut the music. So she immediately like, you're the one. And he said yes, and he explained to her the reason why he did it. And how what she had wrote, and the song was just having everybody crying so hard that he's like, I needed to just kind of like calm it down a little bit. And she was like, okay, I understand. And then my middle daughter, which is our lawyer, she started asking him questions.
Stop. She ain't asking no questions.
She
Sister girl started interrogating me.
he wanted to know, do you have any children? Now it's funny, I have 4. I'm bringing 4 kids on, and she felt that it would be a problem if he had kids. She said,
Too many.
he said, do you have any kids?
What else did she say?
She said, what kind of work do you do?
And can you take care of yourself?
Yes. She asked him, can you take care of yourself? Yeah. This is what Armani asked. Yeah.
In high
So
school.
she was like, I just
Always
want to know,
her.
you coming in and trying to, and he said, yes, I can. I can take care of myself and
You all.
you all. And then she asked him when he told her that he was a pastor, she was like, that was already a kind of, that means we got to go to church every Sunday. And wait, what else she asked you?
We good.
Oh, and then he said he owned a security company. She said, oh, so you a stalker. No, she said you got stalker potential. Tendencies. The boys were just, my baby, he was really happy. And Lamel was a little kind of like stern, like I'm the man of the house. Yeah. And
It was initially it was rough going in, but you can expect that.
Right.
But I love to laugh. I love to have a good time. So I was able to cut through some of the cut across the yard because I act crazy, I talk crazy, and I like to eat and go out. So I had them. Once I realized that, look, we live in Las Vegas. When I realized them boys love buffets, it was a wrap.
So,
but after the interview, they gave him thumbs up. They did.
so how long was it before he met them?
I want to say it was about 4 or 5 months.
Easy.
Yeah. It was about 4 or 5 months. Yeah. But
So
he
let me ask
still
you this.
had not
So
come to the house.
so would you call yourself serious about him at that time? Did you know he was the one at that
Yes,
time?
yes, I saw myself seeing that this can go a little bit further. And I didn't want to bring anyone home, no, or even introduce to my children that I didn't think that I was really kind of liking them. And I cooked for him and invited him over.
And what happened that first day when I came over to the house?
What, the dog?
The dog didn't like me. The dog bit me.
Are you kidding?
He bit a hole in his jeans.
The dog bit a hole in my jeans. Those are my fishing jeans right now today.
I work in the #1 cable news network in the #1 market in the nation, and I'm the only full-time African-American woman in my newsroom. Being inspired is really saying that at the end of the day, no matter what's happening in my world or around me, it's bigger than me.
Sam, Elmo.
Oh, hey, Julia. You ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
I want you to talk to us about what your experience is like as a millennial in the entertainment industry.
I would honestly say that my gender probably played more of a factor than my age did. She's a female, so she probably don't really know, or she probably can't really, and so then they will just write me off. But we got that together.
It was one thing that I knew that in our talking, and Don, he was so easy to talk to, and I knew that I needed to be honest out the gate.
Oh,
And I knew that when our first dinner date, the first thing I told him is that we have to be honest with each other. My past is in the grave. His wasn't. So, and anything, and not on my past, my husband, but I still had a past. And honesty was going to be our thing that will get us through anything. It will be honesty. And that was our first beginning. We got to be honest. We have to tell the truth. I don't care if it hurt, we can get past it. The truth stands alone. And that's what we based our relationship on, was the truth and honesty.
So first, let me ask you this. So Verse, when did you know that you wanted to meet the kids?
Well, I wanted to see what I potentially was going to be dealing with, and you know, to have 4 kids, you know, to go from none to 4, you know, I need to know, you know, what they, you know, had third eyes, and you know,
How manly they were.
I want to see how manageable they, because I don't like disrespectful children. Now that I don't. I mean, I got a real serious problem with that. Were they wild? I needed to lay eyes on them. I heard so much about them, so I was excited to see them and meet them. And it really went well. Dinner went well. And to be honest with you, I was excited to meet them because I wanted to be, I've longed to be in a part of helping raise children, because I wanted children so bad.
So did you ask her to see them first, and she wouldn't let you do it? So did you ask her, I want to meet the kids? I'm trying to figure out how did that come about. For those who watch it right now, maybe they may be in the same situation you guys were in. Like, who initiated it? Did you say I want to meet them, and she said, well, not right now? Did she say, "Do you want to meet my kids?" I'm trying to figure out how did y'all get to that point of having that dinner at Chili's?
What happened was I never asked her, "Can I meet the children?" I know I wanted to meet the children, but I also knew that the way some things happened in her life that she shared with me, I knew that that was an area that had to play itself out. That had to happen on its own accord. She had to invite me because of some of the things she shared with me. So I knew I didn't want to, I had to tread lightly in that area. So what happened, she invited me to dinner at the house. And then, because she never told me, I never knew where she lived until the dinner at her house. I never knew where she lived. All she would refer to it as, I live in Green Valley. That's all she said. And Green Valley was a good hoof away from where I live. That was a good ride. So, that's when I met the kids. And after several interactions with the kids, me and the boys just clicked. And the girls loved me immediately, I think. The boys clicked, but they were still like,
Yeah.
And but she invited me, and I was really ecstatic that she did because I wanted to meet those kids.
And I want to
So
say that he was.
Go ahead, Lonnie.
He was very patient with me, and I knew then the type of person that I felt that I was engaging in, that he was just patient. Even with some of the things that when he came to the house, how I never changed certain things. My husband's, I had a 11 by
100.
I had a huge picture of him in the living room. And now I think about it, I'm like, wow, that was torture, because I don't think I would have did it. But I put him through.
But the help with that is that when we got married, I moved in with her.
Yes. But my husband's picture was, every time he came over, his picture was still in the living room, sitting on the stand that as soon as you walk in, you greet. And he would be funny, and when he would come in, he would say, "Hi, Melvin," and keep going. So, I'm like, what a trooper.
Yeah, you gotta be secure at that point. You gotta be, hey. Yeah.
And so that was really, all those things played a role in knowing that, wow, this is a great guy. This is the type of guy that I can see myself with. And I asked God this question. I prayed, and my prayer was, God, don't let me do the picking of the guy that don't let me pick him, God, because if I pick him, he's gonna be what I already had. I already know what, some things that we like certain things, and not that it will be good for me, but I wanted what God had for me. And I said, God, you do the picking, not me. And
yes, Lord.
Look what he picked.
Yes, Lord.
So anyway, okay, back to the dinner.
So Pastor Burst, you don't have any biological children of your own. Have you ever, did you ever at one time before, want children of your own biological children?
Absolutely, I did. There, one time in my life, I was told that I had a child, and tests were done to determine that child wasn't mine. And I've always longed to have children, so I made up my mind, I need to know why I can't. What's up with this, And it was determined that I couldn't have children. And I've always wanted them, I love my nieces and nephews, especially when they were little folk, So it just wasn't, it didn't happen. It wasn't in the cards. But to marry a woman with 4 children, and then along, now bear in mind, they all are Dixons. So while we're dating, my mother-in-law was ill, but had the custody of
Her grandbaby.
her grandbaby. And they had dual custody of the grandbaby. And of course, my mother-in-law passed, so now she has custody of this beautiful little baby that I didn't think was so beautiful when I first met her, because she was just I'm trying to get my Mac on. This little snotty nose fat little girl keep pulling on my work pants. You know, you get me, I can't go back to work dirty. Leave me alone. So, but about the third or fourth trip, I fell in love with that little baby. I started changing her and everything when I was at the grandmother's. Well, my mother-in-law, bless her heart, she went to be with the Lord. Now she has this baby full time, and me and that baby, that was my baby. That was my baby, and we adopted her, and now that little baby got my name. So I got a burst in the game now, you know. So my home is Dixon Burst.
Right. Right.
That's wonderful.
So she is what, 15 now, right?
15.
Yes, Lord.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Wow.
She was 2 years old
She was
when
a baby.
She was a baby when we met.
Baby.
Yeah.
Wow.
Baby.
So
girl.
now.
are you guys looking forward to the empty nest that's going to be coming in the next 3 to 4 years?
At one point, I was not, because I love them being around me. I love the family. I love my kids, but I'm looking forward to us kind of traveling and resting. But I think I am looking forward to it.
You know, and we grind hard. We both do.
Yeah.
We grind really, really hard. And, you know, people ask a lot of times, how do y'all do it? But it's such a routine. But we have a 10-year plan. And so we're going to work hard now to that 10-year plan. And then we can put it on, God will, so we stay healthy, you know.
Right.
We can put it on cruise, and we don't have to look for babysitters, and we ain't got to take the dog to the dog in daycare and all that. No, we get in the ride and give me some sunflower seeds
And
let's
ride.
Let's ride.
Yes. That's what we're looking forward to.
So now that's the family side. So that's how the family, you guys got together. So now I want to go to the ministry side, because you're a pastor. You get married, you're bringing in a young lady, you saying this is going to be my wife. She has 4 children. How did all of that take place? Let me hear both sides of the story.
Go ahead, babe.
Okay. Well, when I went to One Body in Christ, his ex-wife was still there. She never left the church. So right there, when I used to visit every first Sunday, and I would just assess the church, and I'm looking, nobody knew who I was. And I'm just looking around, and I'm like, wow, I come from Kojic. One Body in Christ is a non-denomination / Baptist. So that was different. So I felt like I was a little out of place a little bit. So, but when he would come to my church, he wanted to be known who I was to him. But I was, he didn't say much about me and One Body. But I told him, I said, well, let's do this. You will not get up and say anything about me anywhere until you first announce me at your church. Introduce me to your church. Did I say that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and how did you do that, Pastor? So what happened? Come on.
He was scared. That ex-wife was still there, so he was
It's
scared.
hot in here.
He was nervous. He didn't know what was going to happen.
Drink some more water, man. Drink some water.
This is what happened. How the kids said, this is what happened. But anyway, she made such a valid point. And I'm like, oh my goodness, Don, you tripping, bud. You know, you really tripping. But what she added to that was that she didn't tell you what she says, you're gonna need to know how to cover me. You need to learn how to cover me. And I'm like, wow, okay. So she was only coming first Sunday, which is our communion Sunday. Of course, y'all know that's the busiest Sunday. Everybody come pretty much. So at the end of the service, this first Sunday service, I in my pastoral remarks, I stood up and I did whatever. I said, now before y'all leave, I need to introduce to you all the future First Lady of One Body in Christ Christian Church. And everybody's looking around. Now, bear in mind, they only saw the first Sunday, so it was like a hit and miss. You know. So I said, did I call you Queen then?
No, you call me Lonnie.
I said, Lonnie, stand up. And she stood up. And those who genuinely love Pastor, but also know the hell Pastor just got through with, they started applauding, amen, 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 amen. That Sunday, while they amen, I saw a few folk grab their purse and leave. Right then and there. So then I preached March the 16th. So I preached on March 16th. That day, God bless the good word. And that was the same day we came back at 3 o'clock and got married. The church was jam-packed. I never asked her to marry me. I just told her we're getting married. Because my mother-in-law told me, she said, I want to see a wedding before I die. I want to go to a wedding before I die. And I told her, I said, Mom, I'm going to make sure that happens. You can best believe that's going to happen.
So how long did y'all date before y'all married?
1 year. 1 year. I wasn't playing. I was not playing. Ain't no way in the world was I going to let this woman get away from me. No way, no way, no way. So in my opinion, we were moving fast, but I didn't want to offend her or scare her off. You know, I'm like, God, you know, but I didn't. I knew what I wanted. I knew I'd fallen in love with them children, and I got my own, you know, baby. All this stuff is going on. You know, I could potentially gonna have my own daughter. You know, all this, and we like we can do this, and that's what we were, and everything went well. But the church, they loved her from day one because we had a fellowship.
Well, I had some that was.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be a few.
Yeah. How did the ex-wife leave?
She just left on her own.
Yeah.
But there was no altercation. There was no nothing. I was doing a revival at another church here locally, and it had some making up, like some folk wanted to make it an ugly situation after. I didn't even know this stuff was going on. And because she's not confrontational, because she's not ignorant, and she carries herself with such class, they didn't get no reaction like they may have wanted to. So next thing I know, she leaves and took a slew of people with her. Now, y'all, took a slew of folk with her. But for every one left, God sent 3 more. And to this day, she and I communicate with each other. We don't. There's no hard feelings. There's no issues. I can't tell you the number of times that I've called her and apologized to her for my part of the divorce. I can't even count how many times I did that. I really did. You're right. I needed to be free of that And then my attitude was I did not want to be a repeat offender.
That's good.
That's great.
Didn't want to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. So I needed to make sure that everything was well. So everything went well, and the church just loved her. I was getting ready to allude to that we had a fellowship after church one Sunday, and on a norm, they weren't used to seeing the first lady roll up her sleeve, take off her high heel, a 3-inch or whatever pumps, and put on them flat things and go out there and serve food, sweep the floor, dump the trash. They wouldn't. So they really fell in love with it. They was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? The first lady doing this? And as time went on, she became the director of the women's, and a conference developed out of it that was already going, by the way, and she took it and ran with it. You know, just made it hot.
Oh wait, hold on now, baby. You really making me look all good and everything. I remember telling him that I know I'm first lady. I don't sing. I'm not getting. I don't speak. So the expectations of first lady, they think you can sing and you can speak.
Yes.
And it's just some things that I wasn't comfortable doing, but as time went, I began to speak. Yeah.
But now give me some. You know, I wouldn't let her be lazy.
No, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't let her be lazy because I knew, you know, come on. I just see all the potential in you. I know you preach every day behind a chair at the beauty salon.
That was my comfort place.
Come on. So
behind the chair.
Long story short, she wound up getting an office, getting a staff. She wound up
our women's conference,
being the head of the conference. Nice. Yeah. Oh no, I wasn't gonna let that happen. Got a little reserved parking space, all that. Let's go to work.
I was super excited to find out that Sound Mind wanted to address this particular issue when it comes to our children and their feelings. I recommend as a therapist that it's so important for the parent, the guardian, the foster parent, whoever, to make sure that you're present. And I don't mean just in the room, but pay attention.
Is real estate really that important when it comes to financial freedom and building wealth?
Yes, more people, especially when they're younger, need to know the value of owning real estate. You know, we need to own something and build equity for ourselves and for, you know, the generations that come after us. So the answer to that question for me is a yes, a solid yes. Let me ask this one last question to both of you. Well, shoot, we got so much. Tell us a couple things. Number one, you know, Lana, you're in business. Burge, you're in business. Tell us about your business, and I want to know how y'all navigate the church and business,
and family,
and the family, and find time for each other. So tell us about your business, and then Burge, tell us about your businesses, and then how do y'all navigate church, business, family, and each other?
Okay. Well, I've been doing hair for 40 years. So that was first. I knew how to do that. I knew how to work in the salon and then come home and do what I had to do at home. But at the church was an added. So it was a little difficult, but I worked it out because I can still yet kind of change my days or my time at the salon. So it worked out pretty good. I was comfortable in multitasking in that area, opposed to, and then Don, he don't sleep. So he's up all night.
How you gonna sleep? I can't make money.
I didn't know that that the phone never cuts off. So that was new for me, that his cell phone is on 24 hours. So he get a phone call at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and that was a little, I'm like, do the phone go off sometime? And it was either the church or the security. And so, yeah, that was.
Well, you were so open, Dave. You were so flexible. That's what really blessed me when it came to standing over 10, 15 heads or 13 heads a day. And then, I didn't know where she got the energy from. She would come to Bible study. She would come to prayer meeting. She would be there. She was so flexible. And that just blessed my heart. I'm like, my gosh, I got a winner here, man. I got a fighter. I got a trooper. I got a soldier. Let's do this, man. And far as the security business, let's talk about that one. The security business, my primary clientele was public housing. So I was in the hood dealing with roughnecks, gangsters, drugs, the whole 9 yards. And I try to deal with them almost like I deal with everything. I go in hard, then we let up off of them. I would go in hard, try to clean it up, then I would go say, okay, fellas, this is why we do what we do, and get a rapport with them. And it was very taxing because of the locations. I had to be careful everywhere I went. Everywhere I went. I mean, you just don't, you walk around here like you in La La Land somewhere, because somebody, you just sent his runner to prison. You just shut down his stash house. You ain't walking through, no. So once I got off the streets, working the streets, I was able to find people to run it, and I could run it from afar. I can assist from afar because of the mandate that was on me at the church. And it started to work out. And then after we got that under control, then she and I birthed another business together that she was supposed to help me with. But she helps you from afar.
I help you. Thank you.
Yeah, she does. She lets me get up in the middle of the night and go get dead for her. That's what it is.
I've been with you a couple of times.
It's a removal business. And we pick up, and that was a business that she and I birthed, and we go, and it has been really good to us. It's been really good to us, and I've never been able to sleep a lot because at one time in my life I had a radio on the side of my bed, I had a pager, I had a cell phone, and 35 years later, that's just who I am, and but like I said. 10 and gone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So tell us this question. Andrea, she asked everybody this question. How do you navigate the rough times? It's beautiful, and as much as you've accomplished, and as beautiful as your relationship is, as beautiful as you are as individuals, how do you navigate and get through those rough times?
Communication.
That's it. We talk about everything.
It's communication. It's times that sometimes I won't say anything. I kind of like shut down and get silent. And I'm like, it's bothering me and we need to talk about it. And we will get in the car, and that's my place of comfort. And I'm like, let's take a ride. Let's go riding. And when I say let's go riding, okay, she wants to talk. And we end up getting in the car, letting the windows down, and put some music on, and we talk. I air out. I tell him how I feel. Even what I don't want to say, I say it anyway, and we talk about it. And we come to a place of, if I hurt his feelings, he would tell me, and I would tell him he hurt mine. And it's just a communication. And when we come back home, I think one time we got into one argument, and I got in my car. I'm like, I'm leaving. I got in my car. He got in his car. We backed out the driveway. He went one way. I went the other way. And we made a complete circle and ended up back in the driveway. Because I figured out, I'm like, where am I going? I didn't want to go to my mother's house. Where am I going? I need to. And he said the same thing. And we ended up getting in one car, driving and airing it out. And that's how we find out that this is how we're going to solve issues. We're going to talk about this, and we can't let it go. And he know that when I get quiet, yeah.
That is, you summed that up. That was perfect. That was beautiful, because that's really what we do. We, Pastor, as you know, we're in the business. We're in the business of talking, and communicating. We stand in front of people. We that's what we do. And I felt like, and this is the God honest truth, I felt like if I can stand for hours and hours and hours in front of folks, some that I know and some I don't know, and try to help them navigate through their situation, surely I can get in the car with my wife, and I can ride with my wife for a few minutes to resolve whatever issues we have. And that's what we do. And that's what we tell all couples that come to us. If I don't care what happens, you've got to know how to communicate with each other and be honest. No playing games.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest. But she tried me one time when we were dating. She tried me one time. She didn't try me no more. She tried me one time. She called me and said that somebody came in the salon and told her something about me. Now, this is during the dating stages. And
we already airing everything out. We're already talking about our past and talking about who's who, what's what. And because I didn't want to walk in this church and I need to know who's who. I don't want no surprises. And he kind of checked me real quick, because at first he come off with this, oh, so nice and calm, and when he kind of checked me and hung up, I said, "Ooh, I like him." he kind of, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see that person that can, I guess, check me, get with me, instead of everything being okay, yes. And I didn't want a yes man. And when he did that, I was like, uh-oh, that's what I like. Bring it out.
Listen.
And ever since then, we've been good. But back to it's important that that goes back to the honesty. It's important. And again, I say the honesty is what's going to stand no matter what. You're going to say, well, you know what? You told the truth, and the truth is going to be there. The lie is what you can't forget.
Even
you,
when
you can't forget the lie. You will always remember the truth. The truth always stands alone, and that lie will always keep coming back. Like, but you lied, and you lied instead of telling the truth, and we can move forward. So that's what we stand on.
But that even pastor has been even in my passage with her. Lonnie is not going to sit on the front row and say amen if I'm way off left field.
Oh no.
She ain't going to happen. She's not going to agree with me when I'm wrong. She's not going to pacify me and patty cake with me. She ain't doing none of that. And we have I have a little saying with her. I said, baby, I know when I'm preaching, when I hear you say, Reverend. If she say that, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Listen, y'all are amazing.
Y'all are amazing.
And we just want to thank you for coming on. I mean, anything you want to say before we close?
Just, I appreciate you guys just taking the time out with us. I know you guys are busy, so thank you for taking out of all of your businesses to spend time with us. And we just appreciate you. Appreciate the friendship.
We
We
love y'all, man.
We love
I
you
mean
guys,
that.
and this is an honor for us, and to even be on the same platform with you guys. And you know, you are our spiritual parents, and we love you guys. So yes.
To God be the glory. Well, we love you. We thank God for you. Family, you've been watching this episode of Marriage Matters with Pastor Don and Lady Lonnie Burse. They have shared so much. If you missed last week, go back and watch part 1. It's going to bless your life. It's been so rich. I don't even want to end the conversation, but I know we're out of time. And we're going to have them back at a later time as well. So other than that, we appreciate everybody who's watching. Share this link. Hit that like button and share it with somebody who you know needs some inspiration. We're going to close this segment of Marriage Matters. We're going to log off now. But as always, remember this. If you will be good to God, then God will be good to you. Until next time, peace.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.